Sit down. Put the phone steady. Breathe. Don't pace the room. Don't answer that text. This is not the kind of word you receive on the move. Tonight is an appointment, not content. If this found you in the middle of your evening scroll, that wasn't an algorithm getting clever. That was heaven putting its hand on your shoulder. I am speaking to the one smiling while water is at your chin. I know the choreography. Laughing in the group chat, dropping the "we're good" in the hallway, sending a heart emoji while your stomach is doing math at midnight. Which bill can wait one more week? If I pay the light, the car insurance can slide. If I don't open that envelope, maybe the panic quiets. You delete the voicemail without listening because the number looks official. You say, "It's fine," but your hands shake when you tap your banking app and close it before the numbers settle. You've got jokes for everybody else and secret knots for yourself. I see you, and heaven sees you. Listen to me carefully now. I did not come to shame you for being behind. I came to break your agreement with shame. Shame has been stealing your breath, stealing your sleep, stealing your voice. Tonight, that ends. I am not here to take anything you need. I am here to remove what was never meant to sit on your back. I am here to restore peace and to hand you strategy. So here's the arc of this night. You will tell the truth and it will be safe. We will reframe what this pressure means and it will be holy. I will walk you through practical steps that are grounded, simple, doable, ink on paper, peace before phone calls. And then we will pray, not as a last resort, but as a first provision. Peace first, then bread. Stay seated. Stay with me. Don't run back into performance. Tonight is not random. God is meeting you in the middle of your pretending, and He's not whispering anymore. Breathe again. You're not alone. We begin now. Listen. Keep your shoulders where they are and notice them. They're trying to live up by your ears. Drop them. Hear your own breath. It's shallow, clipped, like you're rationing air for a long night. You've been opening your bank app like it's a courtroom verdict, bracing before the numbers load, slamming it closed before the gavel falls. Every notification makes you jump. Unknown numbers feel like late notices, even if it's just a delivery update. Your body has been preaching a sermon you won't let your mouth say. Panic in the stomach, static behind the eyes. A smile stretched over a tremor. I see the two voices that have been harassing you. One is outside, the collector, the email, the red letters, the automated, this is an attempt to collect a debt. But the louder one is inside. You did this. You're irresponsible. You always mess it up. You're behind because you're broken. That voice is not heaven. Don't answer that voice. Accusation is not conviction. Shame is not wisdom. Conviction is specific and leads you to a step. Accusation is vague and leads you to a corner. One lifts your chin, the other presses your face to the floor. I will not let you bow to a liar in your own head. And hear me, your hiding does not make you fake. You are not performing because you love deception. You're tired. You're trying to survive without being pitied, trying to keep dignity while you figure out dinner and due dates. You made the joke because it was cheaper than crying in public. You carried the bag alone because every time you tried to explain, someone treated you like a project. I honor the grit that kept you moving. But I need to name the real threat before we move. The overdue bill is a problem. The private shame is the prison. The balance can change with a call. The isolation thickens when you pretend. To be behind on bills is financial. To pretend you're fine is spiritual warfare, because shame feeds on secrecy, grows in the dark, and keeps you from asking, receiving, and being held. Tonight, I am turning the lights on. This is exposure without punishment, light without ridicule. You are seen and you are safe. Listen to me carefully now. The bill is not the only thing accruing. Shame has been charging you an interest rate you never signed for, daily, hourly, in the quiet moments when you try to close your eyes. Every night it taxes your sleep. Every morning it drafts clarity. Midday it fees your courage. By evening it siphons your prayer. And compounded over weeks, that interest becomes a fog that makes a simple call feel like a cliff, a small task feel like a trial, a request for help feel like exposure. This is why you feel poorer than your numbers suggest. You're not just paying debt, you're paying shame. So hear the reframe. You are not being punished, you are being pressed. Pressure is not condemnation, it's revelation. Pressure shows where you've been carrying life without support, where the beams under your budgeting, under your boundaries, under your asking have been bearing weight they were never meant to carry alone. When God allows a press, He is not pushing you down. He is pressing prints into wet concrete so the foundation remembers its shape. That's not abandonment, that's architecture. And I need to confront the hecklers you've internalized. If you were faithful, you'd be fine. Real adults don't end up here. God must be teaching you a lesson for all your mistakes. If you had more discipline, if you had more faith, if you didn't buy that one thing, stop. Don't enter debate with liars. Those voices are not heaven. They diagnose your worth, not your next step, and heaven never does that. Conviction will hand you a specific action. Accusation will handcuff your mouth. So receive this renaming. This is not humiliation. This is an invitation back to truth. Truth returns your voice. Truth returns your questions. Truth returns your ability to say, I need help, without collapsing into self-hatred. Shame is not a moral score. It's a weapon meant to keep you from asking and receiving. If shame is loud tonight, it is because provision is close. The enemy always tries to gag a person just before help knocks. I am loosening your jaw. You will speak. You will ask. You will receive. Stay with me. Peace is coming with a plan. Listen, He's not abandoning you. He's adjusting what you've been carrying. I need you to hear that without flinching. This pressure you feel, it isn't proof you failed. It's proof I am separating you from what's been draining you. You have been walking under weights that never belonged to your shoulders, paying for everyone because you thought love required it, rescuing adults who preferred chaos to change, covering other people's gaps with your peace, performing the role of the strong one, to earn a seat at tables that never fed you. That's not nobility. That's depletion dressed up as duty. I love your heart, but I won't let it be harvested by leeches. I saw you on the nights you built spreadsheets like lifeboats. I watched you whisper, I'll figure it out, and then skip your own meal so someone else could eat. I saw the gas light on and your jaw set while you drove to a second shift. I heard the no worries text you sent while your chest burned. None of it was missed. None of it was wasted. But listen to me carefully now. Not everything you picked up was yours to carry. What you're in is a threshing. On the floor where grain is separated from chaff, the shaking looks violent, the tossing looks reckless, but it's precision dressed as pressure. The wind is not stealing the harvest. It is revealing it. What flies away is not your future. It's the excess weight that kept you from feeding anyone, including yourself. So stop chasing what the wind is carrying off. Don't tape back on the husks I am removing. That's not destruction. That's construction. That's not punishment. That's refinement. And I know what rises in you, panic at the thought of saying, I can't cover that. Fear that if you stop catching every plate, love will leave. Hear heaven. Your worth is not measured by how much you absorb. I am training you to steward, not to bleed. New wine cannot live in old systems, old shame-based identities, the dependable fixer, the quiet ATM, the calming blanket for everyone else's storm. Those are cracked skins. They leak. I am increasing your capacity, and capacity requires containers that honor you and me. So when the pressure exposes a leak, don't call it failure, call it sorting. Let me lift what was never yours. Let me adjust the load. What remains will be you, lighter, truer, able to receive and pour without breaking. Stay with me. I'm not taking from you. I'm removing what was never meant to sit on your back. Be still and listen. That low rumble beneath your feet, that's not abandonment, that's architecture. I am not mocking your struggle. I am rebuilding your base in real time. You want me to paint the walls, but I'm under the floor with a level and a line because you can't pour new concrete on cracked concrete. If I decorated what is unstable, it would look pretty for a week and collapse by the month's end. I love you too much to let you live on a slant. So let's name the cracks, not to shame you but to shore you up. Inconsistent income, weeks of feast, weeks of famine with no plan to smooth the swing. A lack of boundaries. You pay out of guilt, you say yes with a no bleeding behind your teeth. Impulsive spending to soothe pain. Small hits that promise a breath and steal tomorrow's air. Fear-based avoidance of numbers. You don't open the envelope, you won't face the total, you make jokes to muffle the math. Isolation from counsel. You carry decisions alone because advice once came with contempt. Hear me. These are structural issues, not identity verdicts. I am circling them in chalk, not carving them in stone. When a house gets new supports, it trembles. Jacking up a beam to level the floor makes dishes rattle. That's not rejection, that's reinforcement. I am sliding rebar into the places that bowed, setting forms so fresh truth can cure, tightening bolts where boundaries must hold. It will feel like pressure, it will sound like hammers. It is love doing careful math on your behalf. Now breathe and do this with me. Look at the numbers without flinching. Spread them on the table under my eyes. Numbers are information, not identity. They tell you where the weight is. They do not tell you who you are. Stop letting data masquerade as doom. Behind on bills is a situation. I'm a failure is a label. It was never your skin. It was a sticker. I am peeling it off. What feels like collapse is me laying a foundation that can finally hold your life. Let the forms hold you. Stay still while it cures. We are building capacity, and you are worth the rebuild. Listen. You are not behind. That's a sticker somebody slapped on your chest in a frantic season. Maybe a parent with tight lips, a boss with no mercy, an ex who used money as a measuring rod, a church voice that confused stewardship with shame. And because the sticker stuck, other stickers found it. Irresponsible, bad with money, burden, too much, not enough, always catching up. You started wearing them like armor, but they didn't protect you. They just pressed on your breathing. I am peeling them off tonight. Peeling stings. Adhesive takes little hairs with it. You will feel raw because you've mistaken those labels for skin. Let the sting come. It's not harm, it's air touching places that haven't breathed. Don't reach to stick them back on because the mirror looks strange without them. Hear me. Discomfort is not danger. This is not humiliation. This is renaming. Remember the pattern written in your family of faith. One night, alone and out of plans, a man wrestled till dawn. He walked out limping, but he also walked out renamed. The struggle didn't disqualify him, it identified him. The limp wasn't defeat, it was a seal. He wasn't the deceiver anymore. He was called by a name that matched his destiny. That is what I am doing with you. Your bank account is describing a moment, temporary, numeric, adjustable. I am describing your name, permanent, relational, steady. I call you beloved. I call you provided for. I call you wise. I call you learning. I call you still chosen. I call you not forgotten. Say it under your breath with me. I am beloved. I am learning. I am provided for. I am not forgotten. Identity first. Strategy second. If you move to budgets and calls without receiving who you are, you will turn every good step into self-punishment. every spreadsheet into a whip, every boundary into proof you're too much. Peace is your new operating system. We will plan from peace, not for it. Let the old stickers drop to the floor. Take the new name into your chest. Breathe, then we'll move. Listen to me carefully now. Stop catching every plate. Let it fall if it isn't yours to hold. You have been juggling to protect everyone's image of you, keeping the show running so no one sees the backstage. But the performance is costing you more than the bills are. Your hands are full of other people's expectations, so you can't receive what I am handing you. Put your hands down. Breathe. This is the moment where pretending ends. Tonight, you get permission to tell the truth. Not a broadcast, not a spectacle, not a confession turned into a brand. Truth in your mouth before me, and truth with yourself. The lie isn't just I'm fine. The lie is I must be fine for them to love me, for me to love me, for me to love you. Break agreement with that. I don't love a performance. I love a person. You. Here is your script, simple, honest, and enough. God, I'm behind. I'm scared. I've been pretending. I need help. Say it out loud. Whisper it if you must, but let air move through it. Again, God, I'm behind. I'm scared. I've been pretending. I need help. Feel what loosens when you stop negotiating with shame and start narrating the truth with me. Truth is not despair. Truth is a door. It ends isolation and invites wisdom. It is the bridge where community can find you without having to guess. When you tell the truth, you stop paying secrecy's tax and start receiving clarity's dividend. Tears may come. Let them. Tears are not proof of failure. They are the thaw after a long freeze. And yes, there will be a step after this. After confession comes order. After you tell the truth, we will move into peace with a plan. I will sit with you over paper and numbers. We will not rush to phones until peace is leading the call. But first, say it, and say it with me. Provision starts when pretending ends. Truth is the first payment toward peace. Listen to me carefully now. Peace with a plan. First, your body, because panic spends money faster than wisdom does. Sit back against the chair, put your feet flat, unclench your jaw, drink a full glass of water, in through the nose for 4, hold for 2, out through the mouth for 6. Again, feel your ribs move. This is not trivial, this is strategy. Your nervous system is the gatekeeper to your clarity. When peace leads, you hear me better and you choose better. Now, the table. Notebook open, pen ready. No apps if they make you spiral. Write the title, the truth. Make the list. Every bill, every due date, every amount, every phone number or login. Don't guess. Don't round. Don't hide an envelope under a candle. Clarity is spiritual. Numbers are information, not identity. Keep breathing while you write. Choose the next right call, not 10, 1. Which due date is nearest or which service you must keep on to function? Put a star beside it. Before you dial, read this aloud with me. Peace is leading this call. Then say, I'm experiencing hardship. I want to keep my account in good standing. What flexibility is available? Extension, payment plan, hardship program, fee waiver, due date move. If they offer options, write them down. If they say no, you did not fail. You gathered data. Ask for a note on the account. Thank them. Hang up. Breathe. Create a 7-day survival budget. 7 days, not forever. Essentials only. Food at home. Gas to get to work. Necessary meds. Minimum phone/internet, if required for income or safety. Pause non-essentials, not as punishment but as protection. Subscriptions, takeout, impulse carts, gifts you can't afford yet, on hold. This is shelter in place for your finances while the foundation cures. Pick one ally, not the loudest, the safest. Text, I'm making a 24-hour reset plan. Can I read you my list and my next call? No fixing, just presence. Secrecy is where shame multiplies. Witness breaks the spell. Here is your 24-hour frame. Tonight, list and one call. Morning, water, breath, second call if needed. Midday, finalize the 7-day essentials. Evening, share with your ally and rest without screens for 30 minutes. You're not trying to look okay, you're getting free. God can't guide a fog. Write it down, face it, and let peace lead your next call. I am at the table with you. Keep going. Listen to me carefully now. We've dealt with the list and the next call. Now we deal with the devourer, the pattern that keeps you living in almost. Almost caught up, almost rested, almost free, then the leak. Not one leak, many. Tiny holes that drink your peace faster than any big purchase. We are going to name them, patch them, and guard the patch. Leak 1. Emotional spending. Late-night scroll shopping is anesthesia, not abundance. When anxiety spikes, your thumb goes to add to cart. Replace coping with care. Stand up. Pray out loud for 60 seconds. Walk the block. Call the safe friend. Eat actual food. Shower hot. Then breathe. Sleep. Nervous system stewardship is financial stewardship. Add a 72-hour rule for anything not essential. If it still matters after 3 sleeps, then decide from peace. Leak 2. Rescuing. You've been paying to keep your strong one badge. Hear me, generosity is holy, but self-destruction is not generosity. I never asked you to martyr your rent. Your boundary language is simple and enough. I can't cover that. I'm in a rebuilding season. I'm not available for that expense. If you want to help, offer non-monetary support, a ride, a meal at home, your ears, a resource. Let adults carry adult weight. Leak 3. Subscriptions and autopilot drips. Print or pull your last 2 statements. Highlight every recurring charge. Cancel what you don't use. Pause what you can live without for 60 days. Set a calendar alert before any renewal. Barnacles sink ships slowly. Leak 4. Pride purchases. The image tax. Buying to look okay when you're rebuilding is painting the walls on a cracked floor. Practice the sentence, I'm keeping it simple right now. Truth protects you from performative spending. Leak 5. Avoidance fees. Late charges, overdrafts, reconnects. This is money paid to silence. Silence is expensive. Communicate early. Auto-pay the minimum on essentials if it prevents late fees while you rebuild. Set due date reminders. Ask for fee waivers. Ask, then breathe. Hear me. New wine requires new wineskins. New provision requires new habits and boundaries. My provision often arrives through lines you're finally willing to draw, not just dollars you're wishing would drop. No more, almost. Boundaries are how you bless your future with what I'm giving you now. Listen to me carefully now. What you are walking through is not just about getting you current, it is a Joseph season. Pressure has been your classroom, not your cage. The pit felt like rejection. The prison felt like delay, but it was training your hands to hold keys. He learned administration in confinement so he could distribute in crisis. He learned to hear me in the dark so he could guide others in the storm. That's your template. I am shaping you into a distributor, not merely a survivor. Your yes to peace, your yes to boundaries, your yes to clarity. Those yeses will put bread on tables you haven't even seen yet. Reframe what you've been calling embarrassing. Missed payments, hard calls, swallowing pride to ask for extensions, equipping. The tight place has taught you the sound of panic and the way back to breath. You will not waste that. When fevered fear rises in your circle, you will carry a cooled voice and a clear pad. You'll say, water first, breathe. Let's list the truth, and chaos will kneel. You will teach calm in crisis, order in scarcity, generosity in abundance, because you met me as provider when nothing glittered and everything groaned. That's not humiliation, that's ordination. Hear me. You are not just a payer of bills. You are a builder of legacy and stability. You are a warehouse of wisdom, a keeper of grain, a maker of margins. I am giving you patterns that outlive this panic, envelopes that become inheritance, boundaries that become safety rails for children who will never taste the famine that taught you. In you, I am installing a storehouse, discipline without cruelty, generosity without depletion, structure without shame. This is how families change. This is how communities stop cycling almost and start living enough. And because this isn't just about you, we're going to move like people who feed others, in the open, with witness, without the mask. What you name publicly loses private power and becomes bread for somebody else. In a moment, you will go below and name the bill, the fear, the lie. Don't be vague. The moment you write it, you take its power away and you open a door for someone attached to your yes. Listen to me carefully now. Go to the comments. Not later, now. This is not a suggestion. This is part of your deliverance. One sentence. What is trembling tonight? Write it plain. Rent due Friday, short $280. Lights notice 2 weeks late. Car note 1 month behind. Medical bill in collections. Groceries thin by Wednesday. Childcare overdue $150. The bill, the fear, the lie. Don't be vague. Vague keeps you in fog. Specifics let heaven aim. Here is why this matters. When you name it, you take its power away and give it back to heaven. Secrecy is the accuser's shelter. He thrives in the dark corners where you feel alone and undefined. Light evicts him. A named burden becomes a carried burden because I step into what you refuse to hide. This is not a performance. This is an altar. Boundary check. You don't owe the internet your life story. No account numbers, no addresses, no details that endanger you. You owe yourself truth that frees you, one clear sentence that pulls the mask off the moment. After you post, don't sprint away. Read the other comments. There is a chosen one in that thread whose panic sounds like yours used to sound this morning. Reply to one person with a short blessing. 2 lines. Peace to your mind. Wisdom for your calls. Favor with the person on the line. Or you are not alone. Provision and clarity are meeting you. That's it. Community turns panic into covering. Your words become bread. Your witness becomes a roof. Don't stall. I can feel you hovering, wondering if it's silly. It's not silly. It's obedience. Put your hand on your chest. Breathe once. Type the sentence and hit post. Feel the tremor leave your body as the truth leaves your mouth. After naming comes agreement. Heaven responds to honest mouths. When you're done, stay right here. We are about to pray. Peace first, then bread. Sit down, hands open, shoulders down. Breathe with me, in for 4, hold for 2, out for 6. Again, let your jaw unclench as you exhale. Now pray with me, out loud, simple and true. God, I repent of pretending. I release the mask. I release the show. I renounce the lie. I'm alone. I break agreement with shame. I receive your peace as a guard over my mind, my breath, my body, my decisions. Peace first, then bread. Now ask with specificity. Father, give me favor with gatekeepers, creditors, landlords, utilities. Tilt conversations toward mercy. Open hardship options, extensions, waivers, date moves. Send unexpected support, refunds due. Overpayments found, groceries at the door, a ride offered, a bill adjusted. Open new opportunities, extra shifts, surprise clients, creative ideas that match my capacity, not crush it. Give me wisdom to choose the next right step, restraint to pause the leaks, and courage to make the calls, to say, I can't cover that, to cancel what drains me, to draw new lines and keep them without apology. Speak over your identity now. Say it with me. I am not behind in heaven's eyes. I am held, taught, and guided. I am beloved, provided for, and learning. My numbers describe a moment. My Father describes my name. Let peace sit like a sentry at the door of my thoughts. Let fear report to peace, not the other way around. I bless your hands for order after Amen. Do one task in the same breath as this prayer. Write the list if it's not written. Make the first call. Text the safe ally. Cancel one subscription. Set the 7-day essentials. One act of obedience seals the peace and invites the provision. Fill the water glass. Lay out the pen. Set the reminder for tomorrow's next small step. I will meet you in the doing. Listen to me carefully now. This is not abandonment. This is architecture. I am under your floor with level and line. I will not waste your tears. They are mortar in the rebuild. You will come out holding your real name. Peace that thinks clearly in your chest. Bread that arrives with wisdom and courage at your door. You are not alone. I am with you in every conversation, on every line, at every table. Breathe. Amen.